Hello my dear Gemini, welcome back to the channel. It's been a long time since we last posted, but we are back and we're trying to transition to this full time. We're gonna do something different midway through starting the readings again. We're gonna section the clip in 3 parts. First one would be the general energy. Then we would have the work or projects, creative endeavors. And at the end we would have the love section. So please look down below in order to see the timestamps if you want to skip ahead. So the general energy for August. I feel like you don't actually need to check so many readings, tarot, astrology, intuitive, or whatever your poison of choice is. You kind of already know and you don't want to know. It's like you feel it, you know it, but you don't want to put the overall energy into something. You don't want to put it into words. You don't want to see a reading that actually alludes to the thing that you feel. So pre-shuffled your cards. We have 6 of Lovers here, 8 of Swords, 7 of Wands. 6 of Lovers is actually your card, so this is a good sign. I think you start off the month of August being very well in your energy, being the very chatty Gemini, doing the usual things that you do, being social, meeting up with people, but maybe in July or at the beginning of August, it's like you would have some sort of reunion with the person that is very near and dear to your heart. Okay, so normally we would wait for the love section to see what the energy is, but here with the Lovers card, I think your relationship or the person that you're dealing with is gonna take front stage throughout the month. 6 Lovers, then we have 8 of Swords, talking about a lot of restrictions. 8 is a symbol for eternity, so this is like a pattern. It's like each time you feel the loving embrace of your other person, or each time you start a new relationship, you always end up here. It's like one coming after the other here. 8 of Swords. You have some limitations within yourself, in your mind, about how relationships usually go. So I meet someone, it's amazing, and now you're afraid that this is coming in. You already know what's about to happen. Maybe in your personal timeline you're here just meeting the person, or you're having this very close intimate moment with your significant other, wife or husband, depending on your case. Please try to apply to your own story. Exactly after this, maybe you're actually in the midst of it. Okay, it seems like a happy ending. Love shines through, love shines bright, and you already know. You already get the feeling that this energy here is gonna come creeping in. Maybe when you're in a relationship or you're so intimate with another, you can feel that you're weighed down, limited, or you feel some past patterns of yours trying to re-emerge. And it's horrible to deal with such things, but once you feel it coming, it's a chance for you to actually solve it. So this is why you have this repetition. This pattern will repeat. These feelings of defeat, of limitation, of not being able to see clear will always come until you actually solve the matter. Okay, so they're kind of contradictory, because you would have this image that is and this energy which is amazing, you know, that type of moment like you see in the movies and love stories, and then you have this horror scene right here with bondage, with this person not being able to see clear, fire all around. Even this cow here is sitting way too close to the fire. It's like you're trying to endure, but it's not very, very healthy to manifest these patterns. But here it's a spiritual challenge with the Seven of Wands. You see this person's chest here being very pumped up, so it's like you're ready for this challenge. Also here you see the black crow, also a lot of black in this image, so I think that it's time for something to die, maybe this endless repetition of one cycle. Maybe a limitation that you have. The Seven of Wands portray two actions, so you're gonna move forward and try to fix this, try to work with these concepts in the month of August. So let's see how this will pan out in your work and love life. So I understand why you don't want to know about the month of August. Gemini, at the workplace, you're trying to pick the best out of two things that are in their initial shape, and it's like you're trying to choose between two concepts. You maybe are having to choose between two new employees. Both of them seem to be very young. So we have here the Page of Pentacles, Two of Swords, Zero, the Fool card. Okay. If you're well established in your industry, on your project, in your domain, and you're trying to hire, it's very hard to choose from two people which seem very childish. Maybe it's their first jobs, or they're at the start of their career, or you're having to pick one of them in order to continue working, which is kind of hard to do, because the Page of Pentacles here, he has a lot of potential. He wants to see if this place of work is the exact place where he should put his seed to. Okay, in case he feels anything, he could get scared very easily and take himself to another place of employment if this place where you work doesn't pan out to be what he is searching for. Okay, if it's not like a promise for the future, if you don't promise this person stability, please let this person know so they would be free, even though you may need them very, very much. On the other hand, you have Zero, the Fool. This is a person which they seem immature, or at the beginning of their career, but this one is a bit more adventurous. So this one seems to be willing to try something that is more alternative. They don't have much disregard for the future, in the idea that anything would work for this person. Just try to make it interesting, okay? And here in the middle is your energy, Two of Swords. You have the Two Swords, creative differences. Okay, so these people have different ways of, although they seem the same, they have different ways of working. So you're kind of torn between which one should I pick. I don't feel like you're convinced that much, but you need to pick someone, even though you're not very happy with the situation. It's taking a bit of toll on you. It's like you're having to stagnate in the month of August to see with whom you're gonna move forward. These could be, if they are not related to people, these could be like two projects between which you should choose. One may hold a lot of potential for the future, but this needs a lot of nourishment, water, energy, resources from your side in order to develop to something more. The Fool seems like a project that's a bit more alternative. It has zero guarantee for the future. You have no idea which way this project would go. Why? Because this person is stepping here into the abyss, not stepping here into the unknown, not having any disregard for what is below here. They might fall and die, or they might fall and be saved by something. So this is a bit of a wild card in a way, with this Two of Swords and the weighing process here. You need to cut one of these options out. Maybe you're torn between two careers or two offers, and you're not quite sure which one to pick. In the background for you, I get the feeling like you're just sitting and considering the two. Should I go with this opportunity, which is granted that it would yield some results, some great results, even after a lot of time, nurture and care. Okay, so you have to give more here with this project that alludes to pentacles, to prosperity, than this one here with the Fool. This could be like a 9-to-5 job or a repetitive thing where you get an expertise, and this could be like a very creative, alternative type of project. You don't know if it's a one-time thing or it will last lifetime if it transforms. This has not so much guarantee, but I think this is somehow more attractive to you, Gemini, because it seems like a more creative project, like a thrilling type of situation. Like this could evolve into anything. It could also be a dead-end thing after it's finished, or it could die midway if you're not meeting the planning or not getting the resources. But it seems like your soul is more attracted to this alternative option that you have, because yes, these types of offers where you would get an expertise, so you have the guarantee that the job will be there forever and ever. No one's gonna throw you out. There's actually not so much risk here. You're gonna meet a lot of these types of jobs, but this I think it seems a bit exciting. Okay, so you're trying to weigh your options here, like this. Okay, this is my fail safe plan, but this here, it's like, am I ready to jump here into the unknown? And if I don't do this now, then when exactly will I ever take this type of chance in my career? Interesting. I hope you choose something that would later on make you look back and be proud of the fact that you had the courage to take that option. Gemini, your love life, it's as clear as daylight. If you would look closely at the cards right now, I think it's pretty clear. So I understand why you don't want to know or hear or speak about what you already know deep down inside of you. We saw at the beginning in the general your card 6 the lovers, that would be a reunion between you and someone else, and then you have the patterns, and afterwards you have the 7 of wands, which means a challenge. Okay, the challenge here with your love life can go one of two ways in August. We have 3 the Empress, 21 the World card, and 2 + 1 is 3, so they're directly related. Then you have 2 the High Priestess, together with the 4 of Wands, so these two again are related. And here in the end you have the Page of Cups. So as I said, there are 2 ways in which your love life will go in the month of August. Here, the Empress, it's the divine feminine, and it's like Eve, okay? Very giving of herself. Very sacrificial for the kids, for the family, for the well-being of everyone. This person is very fertile, very warm and generous. And right here after the Empress, which alludes to a feminine person, or maybe it's a masculine person in your life, manifesting this almost feminine level of abundance and tender love and care. You see the arch here? It goes all the way in order to reunite with this 21 World card. Okay, in 21 the World card, you see this olive branch going in like a circular motion. This alludes to the Ouroboros. It's like the snake that eats its own tail, and it's it recreates itself on and on. It's like the cycles of life. You also have here the 4 the 4 seasons of the year. This small symbol here alludes to the cycle between day and night. So it talks about cycles, repetitions, and here is a person that is naked. So I'm gonna bring the Page of Pentacles here into the discussion, because this, for some of you, could talk about pregnancy. Okay, so this is a person that you know, that is already in your life, with whom you have gone together through a lot of cycles. You've seen a lot of seasons together. You're seasoned together. Okay, and maybe now there's a pregnancy that is arising with this person. So this would be good news for some of you, bad news for others. I hope it doesn't shock you in any way. But when it comes to repetitions, I think that alluding back to the general reading with that 8 of Swords, I think you have gone through a lot together with this person, and you're ending some sort of a cycle that you both have been in. Maybe you haven't lived together up until now, and now in August you're considering or you're actually moving together. This part, stage, or cycle of your relationship is ending. Okay, it's this is like an all-in-one card. It's the last card in Major Arcana. So it's the ending and also a beginning, because you see a person here in the middle, okay, with some sort of a water veil. This for me means like some sort of baptism going on. This also can symbolize the womb of the Empress, which is now fertilized with a new soul that will come to join us in this dance of life. And pregnancy for a woman means a lot of changes. I mean, once you step into motherhood, there's no coming back. There are physical changes, there are emotional changes. In any case, the change here is permanent. Okay, so if it's a pregnancy, congratulations to those of you who wanted this. And you have here another person that is somewhat in the periphery, although it's the central card of the reading. This may be your other option. Why am I talking about the other option? In your career sector, yes, I saw the 2 of Swords and the 2 options that you had, trying to pick between the 2. But here you have the High Priest and the 4 of Wands. Now the High Priest also talks about duality. Why? Because here, as you can see in the card, you would have 2 columns. Okay, so one of them here at the top, you see it's like an egg. It's a sphere. So it also alludes to the fact that it alludes to the feminine energy, which is fertile. It's more designed to it's better designed for nurture. Also, the High Priestess has here a baby, so the baby is already born. Okay, she is also fertile. Here in the back we have this symbol of the pomegranate, so that's another symbol for fertility. And here on the left you see this black column, which alludes here on the top, you would have like, it's not an acorn, but coniferae, I think it's called, which you can see this on a lot of old statues or buildings, and it alludes to the pineal gland, the third eye, the conscious. So in order to have this duality, you need the physical being, I mean the flesh, and you also need the consciousness. The High Priestess is 2. She, for you, I think it's the other option. Maybe you wanted to have a communion with another person. This is the other option, yes. These 2 females here, these are the 2 females in Adam's life, Adam from the Bible. So the story goes that when Adam, the first human, was created, the gods were so happy that they came and they gave Lilith to him as a gift, as a consort. Although she didn't lose her connection, she was a connection to the higher realms, because she was a goddess. She was very much evolved, and maybe for Adam, this person may have appeared like she was of stone. She had too many, maybe he couldn't read her. She had too many ideas. She already had a plan made. She was, again, very fertile, but he wanted to impose his own leadership. He wanted to be, I don't know how to say, like the man, and he was not very much open to all the things that she was suggesting. So she was actually banished. Lilith was banished from Eden, and then Eve was created. So this would be the emperor, his true companion. And our darling Lilith here, so she is banished from this this relationship that could have been. We see these people too having their hands tied together in this communion, and the ribbons flying high like DNA. So this could have been a very fruitful communion. This would have been maybe the it could have been so beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Just like in Six Lovers, these persons have their hands tied together. So what I imagine here, following this DNA shape, is that you and this person who is the High Priestess maybe have been together in other lives. It's you feel, although the High Priestess is a very mysterious person, they're a bit autistic, they're in their world, they have their own ideas. Even though this person is like this, you feel very much at ease with this person, like you have known them before. For this lifetime, this option is off the table. And it's such a shame. But such is life, right? It's okay, don't worry. The High Priestess is gonna be okay on her own. She's very capable to handle things. But this Four of Wands here, you know, in order to set a perimeter for sacred space, you need to have something physically. So this is in the beginning, in ancient times, this is why you would have to build around the sacred space. You would have to put like a fence or something symbolic in order to actually give a physical form to that sacred space. You have the 4 wands here and the 2 columns here with the high priest. This is you could have created this sacred space together with this person. This high priest is very enlightened, but for some reason you are kind of forced to remain here in with your actual partner, with the person that is more down to earth, more humane, more normal, more loving, more warm. And this possibility here falls completely. And the last thing that I see here is that for some of you, you may run the possibility of not remaining with either option. It's like you have the 2 most prominent representatives of the female energy. They might not be females, they may be males. If you're a girl, it depends on your particular situation. Even though you have both these options here, this for some of you could be like a never-ending cycle with this Empress that is ending, and you're also refusing. It's not like you're refusing per se, but because you have this situation here with this Empress, the High Priestess is the one that uses her intuition, and she very well knows what is going on, and she may refuse to continue this love affair with you just because this thing existed here in the first place. Maybe it's bad timing or whatever, but I think the High Priestess has seen enough from this and it's blocked. Maybe you actually said something to this person that made them feel upside down, and it's weird because the High Priestess, she's already living on a higher realm. It's like her body is here with us, but it's just a shell. You cannot read so much into this person. Most of it is happening on the inside or in the higher realms. And this person feels, she knows, maybe she doesn't actually ask you a lot of things, but she knows. And this option is also taken out of the question. And this could be you at the end. Just so, what do I do with the seed? I want a relationship, I want to start something, I want to nurture something, and with whom? I guess we will see in the month of September. Thank you so much, Gemini, for your time and patience with us. If you want to buy us coffee, you have our PayPal link below. We wish to see you again in the month of August when we will put out the September readings. Take care, Gemini.